Okay, so this video is going to be about red team training, okay? And we're going to solve vulnerable machine, the recent vulnerable machine hack in OS, as you can see in the screen. So let's begin. So as with any red team settings, with any red team scenario, you're going to first start by discovering your target, okay? Identifying the IP address of the network, identifying the IP address of the clients or the endpoint that you are willing to test. Okay, so this goes head to head with blue team training. As in blue team training or as in blue team settings, your first step is identifying the target. Okay, um, but the difference is in red team, you're identifying the target in order to find vulnerabilities, providing proof of concept, with the client approval, getting root access. Okay, but in the case of blue team training, you're identifying the target for not penetration testing purposes, but for identifying the services, the open ports, the possible loopholes, the possible vulnerabilities, providing vulnerability management report, providing a report to the client about how to patch the vulnerabilities rather than providing proof of concept and root access. Okay, so let's start by um, identifying the IP address. So we run net discover. Here, the network IP is 94. Probably you know this. Okay, so 24 net mask. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Now, the IP of the machine is this one. Since these are, interfaces of the VMware, so the only IP left is 136. Okay. Now the next step is scanning your target. Okay. You're gonna need to identify what are the services, what are the open ports running on the machine, and running on the client in order to identify whether one of these services, okay, or one of these, let's say, web servers or SSH servers or FTP servers are vulnerable to or vulnerable for attacks. So yeah, Nmap, I'm going to opt for scanning the services, be aggressive in my scan. I'm going to use Nmap script, the default script, in order to gain more insights about the target. So I'm going to here specify the IP address, 106, and go ahead. Okay. Oop. Okay. So this video is going to be part one. Okay. I'm trying to explain every possible detail of every video I am trying to do here. So, this video will be part one, and in the part two, we will be gaining insights on the root access of the machine. In this video, we're gonna stop at getting the shell access. We're gonna perform the identification, scanning, reconnaissance, information gathering, vulnerability identification, and in the next video, we're gonna step into the last step of pen testing, which is, exploitation. Then comes the post-exploitation step. Okay, so here we have the Nmap report. As you can see, we have SSH and we have HTTP. As you can see, HTTP runs on port 8000 and SSH runs on port 22. Okay, and providing we opted for the aggressive scan and we used Nmap script engine, we got some insights about uh, here the directives of the HTTP server. We have two disallowed entries, upload to PHP and uploads. Seemingly, we've got some kind of file upload vulnerability. It's kind of self-explanatory here. So we're gonna go ahead, okay, to upload Okay, so here, the first thing that came to my mind is to upload some kind of script. Okay, but if I upload, let's say, this script, okay, we're gonna talk about this later in this video, why I named file name fuzz PHP. But I'm gonna select this script. Okay, I'm gonna try to upload this as my reverse shell script. Okay, open, submit. We get this smile over here. It means that the upload was not successful. Okay, so why is that? What's filtering our upload? Okay, so we need to identify that. Seemingly, we need to go to view page source, and view page source, if you scroll down, there is a URL over here. You grab this URL, okay? Okay, you will not find this in real case, in real world scenario, okay? Actually, this URL explains or has the um, script that's running the upload process. I think I have typed the wrong URL. Let me grab this and paste that. Oop. Oh, so there's some problem with the URL. Uh, okay, let me grab this from here. Okay, so here's another browser. Okay, so we go to upload, and here we see the script or the source code of the upload page over here. Okay, so we got the over here this upload script. Okay, here we got the page. Okay, so the source code over here in front of our eyes. Okay, so in real case scenario or real world scenario. Okay, if you are in a white box testing, the client will present you with the source code. Okay, but but if you are in a black box testing, you're not gonna have the luxury to know the source code of every web page you are testing. Okay, so in this case, if you find if you are in black box testing, suppose you're black box testing and we come across this web page and we receive this smile, or of course we're gonna receive this smile, we're gonna see blank page when we're trying to upload a reverse PHP script. Some of us will bail out or flake and say that the page is secure. Well, hell not, it's not secure. There is a filtering process that's taking place, okay? But because we are not provided with information in black box testing, we're not gonna have the luxury to know the source code of the page, okay? But if we get lucky and we are in the white box testing, we're gonna be provided with the source code of the web page. And most of the scenarios, okay, when you get clients and you're testing the network, if everything goes right and everything is legal and non-disclosure agreement and everything is written on contracts, you're going to be provided with the source code, okay? Because the client, yeah, I mean, the client wants to um, go aggressive with testing their network, okay, you're not going to be provided with the source code, okay? They needed to find all of the info about the network. They want to test every shit of the network, okay? But if they want just to test their source codes, test their network, test their defenses, test their measures, controls, you're going to be fine with this information, okay? So let's understand this script over here. So as you can see here from this part, from 14 to 38, actually here, the mechanism lies over here, okay? So as you can see, whenever we submit, click on submit button, okay, over here, we go back here, no, okay. Whenever you click on submit, okay, the file that we submitted, okay, uh, gets filtered. So what's the filter? The file name is changed in this line, no, in this line over here, okay. As you can see, the target file that we uploaded over here is whose name is getting MD5 with the random number. So the file name, okay, over here is MD5 with the random number generated over here. And then the result or the outcome is assigned to the file name. Okay, so your file, after you have uploaded the file name will be changed, okay, according to the mechanism over here. Okay, so you have a file name, let's say shell, let's say anything. Okay, anything will be MD5, then combined with the random number generated between 1 and 100. Okay, so of course, without knowing the source code, there is no way to identify what is the file that you have uploaded. Okay, even if you have uploaded the file and you have successfully uploaded your file, okay, and everything goes right, you can't activate the reverse shell. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the script over here. So what do we need to do over here? We need to upload to bypass the foldering mechanism, okay, and trick the script over here that we are uploading a file, a GPT file, okay. So as you can see, it's checking the meme over here. The meme, which is, I mean, the label of the file. Every file has got a label, okay. So if the label of the file is PNG or GIF, then upload is okay. If the file has not got these labels, okay, the upload is not successful. As you can see here, the upload is not successful. Okay, so the script has got two main parts that you need to understand. Okay, first, the filtering mechanism. So is it checking whether the file that you have uploaded is an actual image or not? And then, as you can see here, the file name, okay, will be changed to something else. It's not gonna stay the same. It's gonna be MD5, it's gonna MD5 then it's gonna combine with a random number from 1 to 100, okay? So our first task is to trick the web application over here that we are uploading a real image file, okay? So I have got over here, let me clear this, okay? Just note that right now we are in the exploitation phase. Okay, we have discovered, so not exploitation phase, we're in the vulnerability discovery phase. Okay, we finished from the information gathering, reconnaissance, identification, it's etc. Now we are in the process of discovering vulnerabilities in the real red team settings. Okay, so suppose that I have PHP reverse shell, which is over here. Okay, you can upload this from Pentest Monkey. Okay, this is my reverse shell, okay? And make sure that you change the IP address over here to your local machine IP address, the attacking machine, okay? And you change the port to the port to which you're gonna listen to on your netcut instance, okay? Okay, so how can we make this PHP file looks legal to the web application? Okay, so what you're gonna need is MIME label, okay, is you need to trick the application that this file is an actual image. And you can do this by attaching a label, an image label, which is either GIF, as you can see here, or GIF 89. Okay, so I tried both. One failed, okay, and one has been successful. The one that succeeded is GIF 89. The one that has not been successful is GFIF. Okay, from where I got this information, new terminal, I have downloaded a test image over here, download.gpt, and so this file download JPG is, if you run strings on this file, download, oh, JPG. Okay. If you go up, scroll up. So this is the label of the file. This means that this file is an actual image, JPG. Okay. But I tried this on the application, but it failed. I couldn't understand why. So instead, I tried GIF 89, which is also a label for an actual image file. Okay, so you're gonna save that script, and this way, if you go back and browse, select your PHP reverse shell and submit, whoop, your file has been uploaded, but the fruit is missing. If you don't know the file name, you're not going to be able to browse to the file to activate the reverse shell. Okay, so we need the file name. So far, we have bypassed this mechanism. We need to understand now how to conclude the file name, how to get the file name that has been uploaded. Okay, so the mechanism is very simple. Okay, so you need to MD5 the file name, which is sh.php in my case. MD5 my file name, then combine that with a random number from 1 to 100. Okay, so this means that we need a script to do that. Okay, the script is, the script is gonna loops through 1 to 100. Okay, combine that with the MD5 of the file name to conclude the file name. Okay, so let me show you the script over here. Just for a second. Okay, sorry, this was the door. I need to open the door. Okay, so let me show you the file name over here, or the script that concludes the file name. So nano file name fuzz. Okay, this is a script, very simple. Okay, so we iterate from 1 to 100. Okay, and then we use the MD5 to hash the file name and combine with the number and echo that. Okay, very simple. This file will echo a list of hash file, MD5 hash values. We're going to need to grab these values and test it against the web application. Okay, so I need to pause this video for like 3 seconds in order to open the door. Fucking door. Fuck, I hate the doors. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so now after we scripted after we make the script for the for bypassing concluding the file name, all left is to test that against the web application. We're gonna use now wfuzz, okay, to test if the file name, okay, or if the hashes Oh, sorry. We need first to run the script. So PHP file name fuzz.php. This is how it's gonna look like. So you see we have many hashes over here. We need to test these hashes, okay, or hash values, okay, against the web application. One of these is definitely the file name that we're looking for, or the file name of the PHP reversal that has been uploaded, which is the piece of code that we're missing. Okay, so uh, okay, let me open this file over here and click the content. See what we have over here. Oh, we have hashes. Okay, so let's clear that and let's move the contents of, or let's say, um, let's output the content of the file name script to the brute.txt in order to have a word list to test with. Okay, so file name was, oh, sorry, okay. So we're gonna up, output this into brute, whoop. So yeah, so we got the word list, or let's say testing file. So these are one of them is the file name, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna test this against the web app, okay? How we can accomplish this using the wfuzz tool. Wfuzz, okay? I'm gonna specify the word list, which is root, right? And the URL of the web app, 4136. Don't forget the port, slash up, uploads. Yep. Uploads. I think I'm right. Uploads or uploads to PHP. Yeah, I think I'm right. I'm just confused between uploads and the uploads PHP file. Okay. So here we're gonna write fuzz PHP. All right. And enter. Okay. So here's the list over here. As you can see, none of them is the file name. Why? Because every single entry gives 404 response, which means the file is, is not there. Why? Let me go again, submit. Okay. Ah, okay. So as you can see here, there is a different response, okay, which gives different number of lines. This one over here. So the response is 200, okay, which means there is something over there, okay. And the lines is different, which means that this is definitely the file name that we're looking for. How can I test that? I'm gonna grab this over here, okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and listener, oh, 444. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna go to the web page, and instead of upload.php, uploads, and here you're gonna paste the hash value, okay, all right, and then gonna type php, enter, check here, and I've got the reverse shell working. Okay, so this is the fruit of this challenge. Okay, getting root access is very simple. I'm gonna do this in the next video, okay, because it's a very separate phase when doing penetration testing. After you have access to the target, you need to do post exploitation, privilege escalation, um, backdoors, whatever. This is very different stage. Okay, since we are doing everything from the perspective of a professional penetration tester or red team member, we need to do everything in the way of how it works. Okay, so as a summary, we have gone through information gathering, reconnaissance, identification, and then we identified the web application that we are after, identified the source code, giving the fact that we are in a white box testing, and then we identified the, let's say, the vulnerability, okay, or a way to bypass the foldering process, which in our case is by adding a very simple label of the file, okay? We trick the app to think that we are actually uploading a real image file, okay? So there should be a very strict foldering process to folder the uploaded files. This is not enough actually, okay? Uh, and then we exploited the vulnerability and gained access. The next stage is elevating your privilege, okay? So far, okay, we provided to the client, suppose we are dealing with the client, we provided the client low privilege proof of concept, okay? The most important is getting root access. This is where the problem happens with most of the clients. Because most of the time, when you get, I mean, when you're able to get limited shell, okay, you can play with the files, copy some of the files over, mess up some stuff, but if you didn't elevate your privilege, you're not going to be able to do exfiltration. You're going to be able to take down the system. Okay, so this is like limited proof of concept to the client. Most of the clients, uh, or most of the time, okay, the clients will tell you that it's okay. I am okay with limited privilege access. Just if you want to provide me with the root access, or just want to provide me with that there's a vulnerable um, loophole, or there is a loophole in my system, just provide me the proof of concept and don't get root access. It's very problematic. So most of the time, I mean, in my case, I haven't had any direct root access to any of the client's machine. Okay, any. I mean, had limited access. Okay, and then looked around, peeked around, see what they got, see what they have. Okay, on the system, see if they have some possible vulnerable point in the system where I can elevate my privilege and say, yes, this is the weakness you have on your system. Okay, of course, it depends on the contract. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna um, switch off now, and I'm gonna do the next part tomorrow of this machine. I hope you find this helpful and see you in the next video.